Hello and welcome to this workshop that I personally am so passionate about. It's about how to stop feeling like crap. We're going to heal your metabolism, periods, energy, mood, and gut. I'm going to show you the exact steps that you need to take to start feeling like yourself again. So thank you so much for joining me. I am so happy that you're here. First of all, hi. I'm Natasha Uspensky. For those of you who may not know me yet, I'm a holistic nutritionist, an Ayurvedic practitioner, and a women's wellness expert. And quite frankly, I am someone who is no stranger to feeling like crap. I have had so many of my own journeys, both my journey that led me to this line of work, that led me to become a holistic nutritionist, that led me to Ayurveda, my own history of hormonal imbalances and digestive issues, my own stress-induced imbalances. I have been through the ringer myself throughout various parts of my life. And that is why I'm so passionate about this work, because I know that it works. I know that it is a really powerful and different approach to wellness. And I have been helping women heal their imbalances, feel better, really substantially better across all areas of their life for over 12 years now. And I'm happy to extend some of that long fought wisdom to you as well. So, do you feel like no matter what you try, you're still feeling stuck, tired, heavy, moody, hungry, unmotivated, crampy, and just kind of over all of it? So, you're not alone. And I know that it can feel really frustrating, especially when you do feel like you're doing all the right stuff. You're doing all the things. You've read the books. You're following the health influencers on Instagram. You're doing all the stuff, but it still isn't making that big of a difference. And you still find yourself feeling like crap. I have found that typically that's because of three things that are happening. One is you may be doing the wrong things for your body type. What works for that fitness influencer on Instagram is not necessarily what's going to work for you. And doing exactly what she does, doing the same workouts and eating the same foods and taking the same supplements, is not going to get you the results that you need, because you have a completely different body and probably a completely different body type, completely different constitution. So you may just be doing the wrong things for your body type. You could be eating healthy, but perhaps not the right foods for you. You could be moving your body, but perhaps not in the right forms and types of movement and frequency of movement that is necessary for you. And this is something I see so often, and it is such an enormous source of frustration for women. You may also have an underlying untreated imbalance. There could be something else, and most likely there is something else going on. Your hormones, your thyroid, your cortisol levels, your gut. Your gut flora. There could be so many other factors at play here that are making you feel like you are pushing this enormous boulder up a hill and making no difference, no progress whatsoever. And that's not your fault. It's not your fault. And the third thing that I have found that is contributing to your feeling like crap is that you may be deprioritizing your own needs, your happiness, your deepest desires in your everyday life. And again, this is something that is far too common for us as women, especially those of us who are moms. We tend to put everyone else's needs first. We tend to do everything for everyone else first, and we kind of get the crap end of the barrel, scraping the bottom to get a little bit of something for ourselves. Not only that, but we get into a habit of just going with the flow, being in this like survival mode of just like the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And before we know it, we have become completely disembodied and disengaged with our core desires, the things that we want for ourselves, the things that we need to feel happy and to feel balanced. And that leads to a whole host of symptoms. And not just psychological symptoms like feeling unhappy and unmotivated, but physical symptoms as well. So let me be the one to tell you that you're not at fault here. It's not that you are wrong or that you are bad or that there's something wrong with you. You don't need to start yet another new diet or get a new piece of fit tech or start spending hours at the gym. You don't need to do these big things, like these big undertakings that are going to feel restrictive and probably not even connect you to those core desired feelings that we're trying to connect to. What you need is something completely different. What you need is four things. Again, in my professional estimation, you need to understand what your body needs, what foods, what herbs, what lifestyle practices are going to work best for you. You need to figure out and treat what's going on under the hood. You need to know what's going on with your hormones, your blood sugar, your thyroid, your cortisol levels. We need to figure all of that out, and we need to treat that root cause so that all the other stuff that you do to try to feel better actually makes a dent, actually makes a difference. You need to start prioritizing your happiness in your daily actions. You need to start living aligned with what you want and not put all of that last and put it off until XYZ. The kids are bigger, you get a new job, you lose the weight, you do whatever. Now, we need to start prioritizing our happiness now. And lastly, you need to get support in putting all of these puzzle pieces together in a way that is manageable and in a way that makes sense. You don't need to do more. You just need to do the right things for you. So let's break these down. Let's break all of those four things down. I'm going to give you some really concrete action steps for what specifically you can start doing, and action steps that you can even take now, right when you get off of this workshop, to start feeling better. Grab a notebook, write some of these things down, especially the action steps, because they really will make a difference. So first, how do you understand what your body needs once and for all? Like by now, some of us are, 40 years old. Do we really not know what our bodies need? Kind of, because unless we're connected to our constitution, we know these things about our bodies. It's actually really difficult to know what's going to make a difference. So I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner. I came across Ayurveda while I was studying in nutrition school. And the reason why I fell so deeply in love with it is because it is customized, because it is not a one size fits all approach, because it allowed me and then for me to teach my clients how to understand their bodies. And Ayurveda is based around doshas. The doshas are these three different constitutional types. And you are one or more of these three. You're probably a combo. And that combo, or whichever is predominant for you, determines the key to unlocking your sort of mind-body system. It's going to tell you what foods are going to bring you effortlessly into balance and help you feel energized and awesome and light and balanced, and what foods are going to make you feel heavy and bloated and tired. It's going to tell you what herbs and supplements are actually going to work best for you. Because again, what works for your neighbor is not necessarily what's going to work for you. She might have a completely different constitution. So she might have, lost 1 million pounds and gotten all her energy back and looks 20 years younger from taking, these 5 things. But those 5 things may be the things that would actually make you feel substantially worse. So understanding your dosha helps you understand what herbs and supplements are going to work best for you. And it also helps you understand what exact lifestyle practices are going to make you feel the most different. It's going to make the most difference for you, for how you look, for how you feel, for how you are in your life. Because again, what worked for someone else is not necessarily going to work for you. So that brings us to our first action step, and that is discover your dosha. In the follow-up email to this workshop, I'll share a link with you to go to my free dosha assessment. You'll fill out this assessment and you will get a score breakdown. And that score breakdown will tell you exactly how much of each dosha you have in you right now. I recommend taking it for twice, taking it once for how you've been your whole life and another time for how you feel right now, because how you feel right now is going to tell you your imbalance, but how you felt your entire life will tell you your actual constitution. You'll also be able to download a free guide that's going to have concrete action steps for your dosha. If you're a combo, if you're pretty close in two of the different doshas in terms of your scoring, just shoot me a note and I will send you the guide for the other dosha, and you can kind of split the difference and learn about both of them. And I really do my best to create some really concrete steps that you can take for each dosha to start feeling better right away. But I'm not going to get into this now because, again, it's customized. It is not one size fits all. I could tell you a whole bunch of things that worked for me and that worked for client X and client Y, but you might be client Z and you might have a completely different constitution, which is why just blindly starting these different approaches and different diets and different things and different supplements is not getting you where you want to be, because they are not customized for you. So the first thing you're going to do right after you get the follow-up email from this workshop is you're going to take the assessment and you're going to discover your dosha. And I promise you, it's going to unlock so much. Ayurveda is magic, my friends. It is just pure magic. So the second part is really figuring out what's going on inside. So many factors are contributing to you feeling like crap. It's your stress, it's your hormones, it's sleep. How much sleep are you getting? Are you getting too much? Are you getting too little? Are you getting it at the right time? Are you getting enough high quality REM, restorative sleep? How's your metabolic health? Your blood sugar, your resting insulin levels, or right when you wake up? How are your nutrient levels? Are you actually absorbing nutrients from the foods that you're eating? Are you getting enough phytonutrients from your diet? Or are you deficient? How your psychological state, your anxiety, your mood, if you're depressed, your life fulfillment, how much social support you have. So many of these factors are contributing to what is going on and to how you're feeling. And unfortunately, you can't expect yourself to stick to any serious changes in terms of your eating and your lifestyle when these underlying imbalances are keeping you stuck. Some of them are obvious to you. You might know, like, yeah, obviously I don't have enough social support. Yes, obviously I know I'm depressed, and I know that that's making all of this a lot harder. But some of these things are sneaky and they're under the hood, and they are really hard to just know unless you get the right testing, or unless you see a practitioner who can look at your symptoms and be like, hey, it looks like this is going on. But even more importantly, without knowing what these underlying imbalances are, with all of your best intentions, you could actually be making things worse. If, for example, you have a thyroid condition, you have hypothyroidism that you don't know about, and you listened to a friend of yours who did a raw food diet, and she's just been eating tons of salads and smoothies, and she went raw vegan or something like that, you could be making your condition so much worse. Raw veganism might work for somebody. It's not going to work for you. And in fact, it could make your thyroid issues just go haywire. That's just an example kind of off the top of my head. There are so many of these things that these sort of fads out there that could work for some people, but if you have an underlying imbalance that you might not know about, they could be making it so much worse for you. So what do we do? Action step number 2, we have to understand what's happening in your body. The first step of that is getting your symptoms evaluated by a holistic or an integrative practitioner. I am not going to rag on Western medicine. Western medicine 100% has its place. If I have a broken bone or if I have strep throat, I'm 100% going to go to my Western medicine doctor, and I'm going to get an antibiotic, or I'm going to get a cast, or I'm going to get Western medical treatment for those things. But where Western medicine falls flat is actually combining all of these areas, being able to look at the symptoms as a whole and put them together to form a true differential diagnosis of what's going on. So if you have, hormone issues, you're going to be sent to an endocrinologist or your OBGYN. If your blood sugar is out of whack, your general practitioner might be doing something. If, something's going on with your periods, your OBGYN is going to be handling it over there. If it's your heart, you're going to go to a cardiologist, and nobody is talking to each other. There's nothing that's connecting all of these pieces together. And more often than not, these things are connected. They're connected. They are all symptoms of the same ill, the same imbalance. But Western medicine has not yet caught up to that, to treating the root cause. Western medicine treats symptoms. So seeing a holistic practitioner or an integrative practitioner, talking them through all of your symptoms, everything that you're experiencing, is such a remarkable thing that you can do for yourself. Even though I am a holistic practitioner, I see a holistic practitioner because there are even some things that I'm too close to in my own diagnosis. I self-diagnose myself all the time, and I'm able to treat myself. And for the most part, for the last 12 years since I've been in this line of work, I've done a really great job at that. But even for me, there were some things that I just like couldn't crack. And that's when I went to see my integrative practitioner, my naturopath. And, I laid things out for her, and she was able to see things from an even more kind of pulled out perspective and help me make sort of connections that I was just too close to, that I couldn't see from within. So seeing a holistic practitioner and then getting tested. And the cool thing is these tests are covered by your insurance. So this is where you might actually end up going to your primary care practitioner, and you might say, you might request a complete metabolic panel or thyroid panel or hormonal panel. You might get your cortisol levels checked. This is something that you can do at your annual, but you oftentimes need to request them. You're not going to get a complete hormonal panel unless you request it, unless you're dealing with infertility. But these things are really important to understand. You need to understand what's going on. And although a really good practitioner can look at your symptoms and usually give you a pretty educated guess of what's going on, getting those numbers and really seeing what's going on under the hood is crucial. So your second action step is to find a great holistic practitioner and to get tested. Get tested. If you just do one of these things, just get tested. If you feel like you can't find somebody to work with or whatever, just go to your doctor and just request all the tests, and get it covered by your insurance, which again is very easy to do, and see what's going on. So that's action step 2. Next, we really have to think about, what are we craving? What are we craving? So when was the last time you really let yourself connect to what you want from your life? When was the last time you sat down and took stock? Where am I right now in my life? How close am I to where I want to be? How close am I to the life that I want to be living? Oftentimes we're afraid to do that because we're afraid of what we're going to find. And so we just avoid it, and we bury our heads in the sand, and we go on autopilot, and we just do the thing, and we take care of our kids, and we do the work, and, we kind of slog through, but we are unhappy and we are unfulfilled, and we are putting everyone else's needs before our own. And unfortunately, feeling unhappy and unfulfilled and chronically stressed out creates a whole host of imbalances in our body. And not just in terms of our brains, right? Not just in terms of our stress level and just feeling crappy from that. It also creates hormonal imbalance. It can give us difficult periods. It can create cravings and weight gain. It can lead to metabolic disorders and metabolic conditions. It's so much more. So much more. So it's not a luxury to sit down and to think about what you need, to think about what you want, to think about what your desires are, and to start kind of acting in accordance with that in your day-to-day and really start prioritizing that. That is not an act of selfishness. It is actually the most important thing, one of the most important things that you can do for your health, for your longevity, for your aging, for yourself. So our next action step is to create space for our desires. I want you to take some time to write down how you want to feel in your life. What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you are really craving? Are you craving feeling connected, inspired, loved, creative, adventurous, sexy, calm, spacious, free? What is it? What is it for you? No one else can answer that question. Only you can really identify what it is that you want to be feeling in your day-to-day life. So I want you to really spend some time on that and try to narrow it down to 3 to 5 of your core desired feelings, the things that you are really craving in your day-to-day, not just big picture, where do I want to be 5-10 years from now? How do I want to feel when I wake up in the morning? How do I want to feel when I go to bed at night? And not just not bloated, but I want to feel fulfilled. I want to feel inspired. I want to feel connected. What is it? What is it for you? And once you've identified those, I want you to write down some concrete, doable, simple if possible, behaviors that make you feel those things. So if one of those feelings is calm, what makes you feel calm? What makes you feel calm? For me, meditation, reading, downtime, quiet time, walking outside by myself without children or other humans. These are things that make me feel calm. What makes you feel adventurous? Maybe it's, having a regular date night or going out, with your friends on a regular basis, which maybe you haven't been doing as much of. Maybe it's having some really adventurous travel on the calendar. Maybe you really prioritize having a couple of trips, planned out, and you spend your time planning for those, and that makes you feel adventurous. What is it that you can do on a daily basis? Behaviors, little action steps that you can do throughout your day that connect you to how you want to feel. Ideally, I'd love for you to write down, for each of your core desired feelings, to write down 3 to 5 things that you can do that bring about that feeling for you. And get creative. Really think about, the last time you felt that way, what was going on? And what can you do to recreate that for yourself? Do more of these things. Once you have identified these action steps, just do more of them. Incorporate them into your day. Do more of them every single day. This is really kind of the easiest way to start, and the least overwhelming way to start getting connected to how you want to feel and how you want to be living in your everyday life, is to just figure out what are these little steps that you can take that bring you closer to that, and to just start doing more of those things. I know this feels like a big action step, but it actually is quite simple when you break it down in this way. Lastly, do you have the support that you need? Making big changes to your health and lifestyle is very difficult to do or stick to when you're doing it all alone. I've been there. I've done this alone, and I have done this with people. I've done this all, in a kind of isolated bubble where I'm researching everything myself. I'm trying to figure out everything for myself. I am, not really talking to anyone about it. I'm really just kind of in my own healing bubble. And then I've done it in a way where I was surrounded by friends who were on similar healing journeys, where I had practitioners that I trusted, that, I could turn to, where I had my partner that I could, bounce things off of, who could support me in meeting my goals every day. Support from like-minded friends and family, integrative practitioners, and educational resources is an absolute must. Because staying up until 2 a.m. Googling how to feel better, and Googling your specific symptoms, and anti-aging remedies, and weight loss remedies, and energizing remedies, and hormone balancing remedies, and all of these things is not making you happier, right? And if anything, it's probably just making you feel more confused, because there's a lot out there and it's really overwhelming. And some of these things are completely polar opposites of one another. And it's like, what do you do? Right? And that's depriving you of your sleep and making you feel more stressed out. So it's actually pretty counterproductive. So you need quality, trusted information, and you need the people around you that can help you use it. So the last action step is to get the support that you need. This could look like enlisting a friend or a loved one to be your accountability buddy, to cook or shop or share recipes or work out together, or just go for walks and support each other. It could be just somebody that you can talk to about these things and share what you're going through, and share your goals with, and again, keeping each other accountable. And then, of course, I would consider working with a practitioner, working with someone who can guide you, who can break these things down for you in a step-by-step manner, and again, keep you accountable throughout that process. So in case you don't know, that's me. That's what I do. So I want to offer you some support, and I want to offer you this help. This is what I do. I support hundreds of women every year in this exact work, and I would love to support you as well. I have a program, an online program called Greens, Grains, Gorgeous, that I have designed to specifically help you accomplish these action steps that we've talked about. In Greens, Grains, Gorgeous, you're able to empower yourself to understand what your body needs and take manageable weekly steps to actually start doing it. You learn how to manage your stress, prioritize your happiness, create space for your desires, and again, do this in really actionable step-by-step ways. You learn how to heal your imbalances, your painful periods, your digestive issues, weight gain, anxiety, and mood issues. All of these things we cover in the program, and you learn really actionable steps and ways to heal it from within and from without. And we use, the most cutting edge ancient technologies like Ayurveda combined with the most cutting edge technologies in alternative and holistic medicine today and what we've learned now. And we combine them to create a really actionable process that just works. And you just start feeling better. It really allows you to start feeling better with a sustainable approach that isn't just for the length of the program. It's something that you can stick to for the rest of your life. So I put together this program to be really user-friendly for busy women like us. I try to create a program that I would want to do, and I'm in love with it. Every time I go through it with my clients, I'm like, I love this program so much. I kind of wish I was doing it. So logistically, it is a 12-week online program, again, that's designed to demystify what your body and mind need to thrive. We cover all aspects of nutrition, movement, stress management, emotional eating, relationships, so much more. And the coolest part is that it is all customized for your dosha. So you will understand from the get-go what is your constitution, and you're going to be able to customize every single thing that I tell you for your dosha, which is what makes this so different from all of these one-size-fits-all approaches out there that ultimately don't work, because they are not customized for you and for your body and for your constitution. You get weekly action steps to start really seeing changes in how you feel right away. You get weekly live calls with me to get you the support that you need, that you can hop onto to just ask a question or to get some really in-depth coaching, to get support and chat with other people in the program. And then, of course, you get the videos, the recipes, the workouts, the meditations, the guides, all the resources that I have compiled in my 12 years of doing this work. I make all of this available to you to help you to succeed. And I show you how to use it in the most non-overwhelming and manageable way possible. So the other cool thing is that you start with my 2-week signature holistic cleanse that I used to run independently, and now I just run it as part of this program. And it really allows you to jumpstart your results and get you feeling lighter, clearer, and more energized from the get-go. I have clients that lose 10 pounds that feel lighter and just like their digestion feels completely different, bloating gone, mind less foggy, all of this in just 2 weeks. And it is such a phenomenal way to jumpstart this whole process and then to easily transition it into the way that you're going to be eating and living for the rest of your life. You also get a one-on-one strategy call with me, an hour-long call at the beginning of the program, where you get that individualized attention that I was talking about. We go through all of your symptoms. We go through everything that's been going on, and we put those pieces together. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I may recommend that you get some testing to verify, the hypotheses that we have. I may ask to see any blood work that you have, and we may put that all together to create a customized approach for you. You will get your own customized supplement and herb protocol, your own sort of customized tweaks to the eating piece, to the movement piece, to the lifestyle piece. We're going to put it all together for you in a way that's going to help you get those results and start feeling better right away. And if you're able to enroll by the end of the day this Sunday, you also get a bonus one-on-one hour-long call with me at the end of the program. I call it a breakthrough call, where we strategize for your continued success. We break through any remaining kind of challenges and bumps and hiccups that you may still be experiencing, and we create your roadmap to continue with your progress, to continue your success, and continue this amazing work, literally forever. But really just crystallizing it for you and making it so that you know exactly what to do if things start to feel off, exactly what to do to keep working on things that are still feeling maybe a little bit hard. And we strategize for all of that together. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, greenscreensgorgeous.com, check it out. If you're able to enroll by the end of the day this Sunday, I can give you this amazing added bonus call. That is a $250 value for that call. And I'm so excited to be able to offer that to you. I know my clients that finish the program and do this call at the end feel so much more supported and have so much more sort of crystallized idea of what they need to continue doing. So I would love to offer that to you as well. If you're not sure if Green Square Gorgeous is right for you, or if you just want to, chat about some questions that you may have, or to just chat with me a little bit before committing, let's hop on a call. I will also send a link to schedule a call with me where we can chat about if this is right for you, what exactly has been going on for you, and how this approach and this program can or might not be the right fit for you. I have yet to meet someone for whom it's not the right fit, but it could happen. So I'm happy to hop on a quick call with you where we'll chat for about 30 minutes and we'll really just go over everything, answer any other questions that you may have, and get you all set up. So I will send out a link to be able to sign up for that and just register for that call in your follow-up email as well. So I just want to say it's time. It's time for you to stop feeling crappy, and it's time for you to stop feeling crappy for good. This is what I want for you, for myself, for all of us. I want us to free ourselves from the uncertainty and the frustration of not understanding what our bodies need to thrive. I want you to free yourself from endlessly thinking about your symptoms, your weight, your food, trying to figure it all out, trying to piece it all together. I want you to create a life that is truly, fully aligned with your desires and your needs. And above all, I just want you to feel better. I want you to feel better. And I really hope that I can support you in doing that. And if not me, then please find someone else to support you. I would love to be the one, but if you are not vibing with me, that's fine too. But please get the support that you need to get there, because this is your life and you only get one of these. And this is your body. You only get one of those. And this is the time. This is the time to just start feeling phenomenal, the way that you deserve to feel. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what's going on. You deserve to feel that way. And it is 100% within reach. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for taking the time. Again, if you have questions, please schedule a call and let's chat. If you are a hard yes and you're like, I'm ready, just go to greensquareandgorgeous.com and join us. We'll be starting in module 1 really soon, and you can start in the cleanse right away, right after you enroll. You can start preparing for the cleanse and spend the next 2 weeks doing that and start feeling better pretty much right away. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time. I really hope that you invest in yourself and you do this work one way or another. And I hope to talk to you soon. And I hope to see you in Green Square Gorgeous. Take care.